Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're talking about one of my hottest neighborhoods I've got right now, and that's Natomas, California. That's right, you guys keep asking for it, so we're taking a look at houses at $550. Let's talk about it. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. As always, before I get started, hit that like button, subscribe, and ding that notification bell because I got new videos coming out for you every single week. And one of the things that's been happening lately is I am getting DMs, I am getting messages, emails about Natomas. And I get it. At this point, Natomas's median home price is right at $550 and people are ready to move. So let's take a look at these houses. As we're going on our journey, I just want to let you know Natomas is one of those places that is really family oriented, great schools, and at the end of everything, we'll go ahead and wrap this whole video up. Let's get over to that first house. All right guys, so we are in Natomas. We're in our very first neighborhood. The property right behind me is a two-story house. Actually, everything in this neighborhood is going to be a two-story house, but this property right here is a 3-bedroom, 2.5 baths. So you got half a bath downstairs, all the other bedrooms are upstairs. As you can see, it's a newer build, so everything is completely updated. Just right over to my left here is actually the freeway, so you got really easy access to the freeway. Down the street here, we've got a little park, which Natomas is really known for all of their parks. And the other cool thing about this neighborhood at $550, you're right down the street from Discovery High School. Now Discovery High School, they have been on a rampage. They right now are getting a complete revamp. They're redoing the soccer fields, baseball fields, track fields, football fields, everything in that high school is getting done. And then they're gonna move it into the classrooms and update all of those. I'll put a link to the actual ratings for the high school right there, but your kids are just walking straight over to school. You're not having them give them a cart. You're not having to have them get on a bus. The other thing I like about this neighborhood too, and what Natomas has been doing in some of these newer neighborhoods, is of course going to be the trails that are clearly marked in these areas. Those are kind of a little bit of a newer thing in the Natomas area. And like I say, with this one, the trails, they lead from one neighborhood to the next, and you're not too far from anything where we're actually sitting at right now. Let's do a quick fly over the neighborhood. That way you can get a little bit more detail of the actual area. Oh, and before I forget, this house right here in particular is gonna have a smaller lot, but you can find lots, which you'll see on the overpass there, that there are bigger lots in the area that you can put a pool in there if you want to. You're gonna pay a premium, usually about $20,000 more for that, but if it's something you want, you do have the options. Let's check it out. All right guys, so we're just right across the bridge. Actually, I'll show you in a minute. We're right across the street from Airfield Park. Now the property behind me is a 2-story. This one is actually a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom, and it's just over 1,900 square foot. Now this neighborhood in particular, let me spin you around here. You're gonna see you're gonna get a lot larger streets out here, but one of the things is you're not really gonna have much of a backyard, if a backyard at all. You'll see from the flyover that I do, all of these houses, the way they're situated, are just gonna be smaller backyards. There's also a few, unlike this one, see how this one has a 1-car garage? There's a few of them that actually are gonna have the 1-car or 2-car garage. It's just gonna be in the back alley depending on where they're kind of situated. But look at this view. Sorry, that light is bright today. This is right across the street. This is a couple different acres. It's got a bocce ball court in there. We've got a huge area, playground area in there. They've got 2 large soccer fields, and I think there's a third half soccer field over there as well. And then the other cool thing about this neighborhood in particular is they also have like these little mini parks all around. So even if you're not really close to this actual park, you know, maybe a block or two, you're probably gonna have something at the end of your street where you can just hang out, take the dog, take the kids, just do a quick little play, get back in the house, especially on those hot days or rainy days when the kids are cooped up or the dogs are cooped up. Take them out real quick, let them loose, and get right back inside. So I'm gonna do that flyover. Let's show you guys the rest of this neighborhood, and we're gonna go to our last property, property number 3. Let's do it. All right, guys, we are at the last property on the list. This one right here is listed for $595. Now you're gonna see this has got a little bit different driveway. So you're gonna have these little alleys that you pull into. There is an HOA, so they take care of all the grounds for you. Again, it is a 2-story property, and it is a 2-car garage. So if you're someone more into that low maintenance, this is the one for you. We're actually right across the street from one of the elementary schools there. Beautiful park, softball field out there, as well as this one even has a neighborhood garden. So depending on what time of the year it is, you can go over there, grab your squash, grab some carrots, get your tomatoes and bring them home. Get them ready, make your soup or whatever you're looking to make with that thing. They grow different things, of course, for different seasons there, and it's part of the actual HOA here. This one also, before I forget, is a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom. Now, one of the cool things about these properties, hopefully I'll be able to show you on the actual pictures here, is these things, depending on which model you get, some of them are 2 stories, of course, with the downstairs bedroom, and the kitchens are actually upstairs, or we even have a few in the neighborhood that you'll be able to see definitely when we do the flyover, is they are actually 3 stories. So usually you have living space on the bottom, kitchen in the middle, and then more living space up top. So let's do that flyover, check it out. Let's check out that cool little garden, the school for you, and then we're gonna wrap this whole thing up for you. Let's go. All right, guys, that's the end of the video. So Natomas, just kind of wrapping this whole thing up. As you can see, a lot of different styles of homes. One of the things that I like about Natomas is they are still giving people plenty of room in the home. Unfortunately, they are taking some of that backyard up just to keep those prices where they need to be. Now, the time of this filming, population wise, is about 35,000. Okay, so Natomas is in Sacramento County. The number one thing I get asked about Natomas every single time is, hey, aren't we in a flood area? Yes, Natomas is sitting in a flood area. Heck, all of Sacramento is technically in a flood zone. But one of the things Sacramento County has taken into consideration is these areas as they build them out. So 1, we've got levees helping us out. 2, we actually have flood areas. So there's parks out there that during the winter time, these are happening parks. You got a lot of people out there picnicking, having a good time, and then during the winter time they will actually flood these things so that we stay away from having to flood any sort of neighborhoods. Now, the other thing to also note is we also still have a lot of rice paddies around, so they can flood those as well if they need to. And last but not least, I've looked at different insurances. I so far have not seen anything where the flood zone has really pushed insurance prices through the roof. And then the other thing to know about Natomas is, depending on where you're living, you are really close to the airport. So if you're someone who likes to jump on a plane, get out of here pretty quickly, you're gonna love that aspect of it. But depending on where your house is at, you could be in a flight pattern, meaning even at the time of these recordings, every once in a while I do get that plane going overhead. It's not too bad. I grew up by a train track. I would say that makes more noise than these things do, but they are flying at a lower distance, so you are going to get a little bit of more of that, I guess you call it the jet noise. Other than that, one of my newest cons that I have about Natomas is kind of the traffic. And what's happening pretty much is they're trying to keep Natomas at that point where we're keeping the price point down, so you're starting to actually see something actually really cool happen, and that's they're building these really cool condos all over the place. So they're not really doing the apartments too much, but a lot of condos, so people are still owning, and they're different condos. I've never seen these type of condos. They got these 1 bedrooms with lofts, they've got just the studio apartments, they've got 3-story condos out there, so a lot of different looks. But because of the small area of Natomas, you're getting a lot of traffic out here. So if you're traveling around during the day and it's not that 9 or 5 traffic, you're all right. If you got to hit that 9 or 5 traffic or travel anywhere within Natomas in that time frame, give yourself an extra, say 10 to maybe even 20 minutes to get to your destination, even if it's a short drive away, because of the amount of traffic that's happening, plus just the movement of the schools, which will bring me kind of my last point. I think that's the other reason a lot of people are looking at this is, one, of course, those price points, but last, those schools, man. I'm driving around right now looking at all the projects that are happening on the schools, talking to some of the parents as they're picking up their students. Really a lot of good feedback on the schools around here, and these are the public schools. The one thing I will say Natomas has been known for has been the charter schools from like K through 8. But a lot of parents were talking really good about the teachers and the staffing at from the high schools and the public schools down to the elementaries. So if this is something you guys are thinking about, if you're needing to make that move, you like that $550 price point, Natomas might just be that place for you, especially if you're just doing some small commuting over to Sacramento downtown area. Hit us up. Me and the team would love to help you guys out. Other than that, we'll see you on the next one. Bye.